Hello everybody, it's time for the news, and today we've got a few interesting things. The developer stream just ended, and we're going to cover a few things that they did to help summarize their 45 minutes of information. So to cover quite a bit, I'm going to be really lazy and go off the Reddit summary that they're using here, because it pretty much covers everything that I was going to cover, and I don't have too many pictures to go off of, so hey, we just gotta work it out. So one of the biggest news starting from majority console players, it was very rare to happen to PC players, but it was happening majority of the time for console players. They will be pushing this fix out by itself. Now, if you didn't know how the fixes work, they cannot patch anything while waiting for a certification for a larger patch to go through. So smaller patches by themselves can be pushed, but if a bigger patch is, being pushed through, there's no more updates until the big patch comes through. Therefore, this is just going to be patched out by itself on its lonesome. You'll see that update coming shortly, being they do have a fix. They don't have a date just yet, but I'll keep you informed if we find out. Looking at future things to come out, PC's already pretty much up to date. We have the future roadmap for PC players, but PS4 still has Unhook's quality of life and the doctor updates to come, which will put you to 1.6.2, and then Xbox still has to catch up all the way from the Huntress, Michael Myers, and essentially they're getting one massive patch. Now the reason Xbox is so far behind is simply because the certification process, still confirmed, it is out of their hands as far as, them getting it out to you. It kind of sucks, but Microsoft's really holding them back. It's all there. It's just certification processes, and it's got to go through. What more do you want? I don't know. It's like me and my Sonic Mania. I got to the 29th. Everyone else is playing it. I'm very pissed. Now let's get to the PC side. These are the 4 things that they say are coming out here shortly. Soft fans were supposed to be talked about this week. Didn't happen. Unfortunately, we don't know the exact rules. However, understand that high disconnects are typically going to get you banned. They got some tricky little rules coming out that I, again, cannot clarify until they tell us what they are, because to be fair, it seems like they're talking about some form of camping, which is, they call it if you are systematically targeting somebody, can be banned, but that has to be proved by video, which I don't see how that would be provable by a single video, so you need like a series of videos that someone is strictly hating on you specifically and trying to ruin your day, but it's not very clear. However, soft bans are on the way, not this week, they'll talk about it next week. The community manager is also going to be out for a week, so that's a thing. Anyways, to the point, September is going to have an event to which they claim they want us to, they don't want us to lose, but they want the idea that we can lose to happen. So it's there, it is going to be some challenge for us to take. We're not going to lose because we haven't lost yet. What up? Oh, jumping back here real quick, I skipped a little bit. Well, I didn't skip it, they said it in this order, but anyway, we're getting to the point. Essentially, Xbox does have a confirmed data with they're going to get the Lullaby for the Dark and Halloween chapter updates, which will give you the respective characters and killers. To which is 28th will be the Lullaby for the Dark, and the 31st of August, both of them August, will be Halloween. So you do get everything August as promised, and it's there. So Xbox, rejoice, you have your confirmed dates. Although, again, I understand Sonic Mania issue, trust me. I ain't any happier. So now here's the big update. The upcoming balance changes. They are massive, and as you can see on screen, I'll go through them one by one and kind of give you how it's going to change what we're going to be doing. So first things first, the proc timer for borrowed time is down from 20 to 15 seconds. That's massive, because a lot of the time, a killer will chase you and not hit you and wait the 20 seconds out, but what this means is he can hit you faster. On top of that, even if you do get hit within the 15 seconds, the time you have to get healed is halved. So you'll drop faster than before, twice as fast specifically. Urban Evasion, on the other hand, is getting a buff. It is getting a very nice increase to movement speed, and they're removing the very dumb restriction they had on it, where you had to be not injured to utilize it, which I think is perfect because it would go great with no mither, but otherwise it was an absolute crap perk simply because whenever you were injured is when you needed it most, not beforehand. You could use it beforehand, but that's besides the point. It was so very specific that it was about not getting caught in the first place, not that you could use it in between. On top of that, they are buffing killers in general. The pallet break speed is increased by 15%, which means now you should be breaking pallets at 2.6 seconds, which it took 3 seconds prior. Brutal Strength will also be nerfed, but it's nerfing it in order to make sure that by combining Brutal Strength with the base killer breaking of pallets, it gives you the exact same time it takes to break pallets. So if you run Brutal Strength, you'll still break pallets at the same time it takes right now, but if you don't run it, you still have a faster break than prior. So medkits are taking a little bit of a change, which is interesting because the brown toolbox is actually still a very useful toolbox. You could use it to fix things still. You could get a full generator out of one toolbox, but you could never heal yourself with a brown medkit, and they are changing that so that it can fully heal you for one state instead of barely not healing you. And to make the camping medkit a little better, they're increasing the heal speed from 12 to 15%. Then there's the nasty nerf to self-care. Now, it's not a nerf in speed anymore. They're not trying to make it not viable, but they are trying to raise the difficulty of using such a powerful perk. Essentially, they're reducing the efficiency of items used while using self-care. Also, remove the skill check zone increase changes given by perks on self-care. So that means that you do not get the altruistic efficiency bonuses from medkits when on yourself. So the healing is going to be a little more difficult. Incentivizing you to take heals from others when possible, or if you're trying to hide from the killer, it's not a wise thing to heal yourself at that moment unless you want to risk the skill checks. And if you're the pro who can land every skill check, you have nothing to fear. You will always hit it, right? Otherwise, if you're having a little bit of trouble, might need to step back from the perk a little bit, might need to get some practice in. Either way, that's how it's gonna work moving forward. We don't know the exact release date to these updates, but this is a pretty nifty update, and I'm very happy that self-care is getting a good nerf that is not going to reduce its viability, but make it so it's just not this mindless perk that is required in almost every build you go. So there's just kind of a list of other perks that are going to be changed, then they didn't give us any information. So they gave us a teaser with all the other things, but not the rest. Slippery Meat's going to get changed, going to get buffed. This is not happening, it's going to get buffed. And they are changing, by nerfing it, We're Gonna Live Forever. Huh. I think it's We're Gonna Live Forever. I thought I made a mistake when recording this the first time. No, it was they who made the mistake. Don't point at me. I'm innocent. And that's besides the point, but so they're gonna change it, and the change is needed. We're Gonna Live Forever incentivizes over altruism, and the problem with this game, with camping, with everything that's been going on, over altruism. People have been farming other people for these stacks. It's been happening. You pull them off the hook, you take a hit for them. It's 2 stacks. Then you wait, or actually, sometimes people just get them off the hook, run away, let them go down, immediately pull them off the hook again, let them die, get your 2 stacks, and walk away. The problem with this kind of farming is it causes waves in both sides of the community, be killer or survivor. You've got farmers who are trying to get the altruistic points from We're Gonna Live Forever, and you've got campers who are just trying to defend their kill, but in the results of We're Gonna Live Forever, the over altruism is requiring the camper to stay around. Ergo, you've got campers versus farmers. A very big discussion that I had with Jen Denise, and we're going to bring it up here this weekend on Saturday. But the big point is, it is a perk that needs changing. Incentivizing players to do something for blood points is not only overpowered in and of itself of farming, but it's causing players to just want these points. If you can score a massive bonus, what does it matter if you win? You're going to have more blood points from this perk than you would if you finish the game. Ergo, you're incentivized to ruin it for others who don't run this perk, or who do run this perk but were the first one down, and you're going to devour their gameplay in order to feed your own. So I think this has caused a massive problem, and it kind of went unnoticed by me for a little while because I thought the same thing. It's a harmless perk, and then I realized, including myself, I really wanted stacks while in the game because that's what that perk was for. So they didn't say how they'll change it, but it's got to be changed. It could still be 4 more points, or maybe not nearly as much points, or just change how you get the points. Maybe We're Gonna Live Forever will have 4 stacks when all 4 survivors are alive. Then you really do incentivize better play. Not only do you want to get them off the hook to save them, but you want them to escape and live to get your points. But then again, you'd have to calculate, how many people got out, and it had to be calculated after the fact, therefore you probably had to stay in lobby. I'm not sure how they want to go down that route, but anyways, to the point, it's got to go. It can't stay the way it is. It is damaging the game, and if we don't acknowledge that, well, then you're going to still have the farmers farming and the campers camping in the farmers' land, and the farmers don't want the campers there, and it's just this big mess of crap. And that's it for the news today, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize there wasn't too much to go over, but I hope there will be next time. We'll try to do this once a week with every Thursday with a developer stream to keep you all in touch. If I see anything on Twitter, if I see any rumors, news that come out that I can get a hold of, I will let you all know as much as I can. If you do like these kind of videos, please let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like button, and don't forget to share this with all your friends, being it could use your support if you want the news. It's not daily, but it's newsy things about Dead by Daylight. And I want to thank you all for your time, and as always, don't forget to have a good game.